Hey guys, this is Kite/KO and thank you for tuning in. So, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes process of how I draw faces and the things that I struggled with when it came to that. Right now, I'm doing something in my little, I can't say sketchbook, I'm gonna call it a little idea dump book because a lot of the things in there I'm not really keen on showing. I like to loosen up my hand whenever I can, just so that, when I draw, I don't feel stiff and rigid. The reason I'm not at my doing like a proper intro is because I'm currently visiting my parents right now and I don't really want to out their location. Not that it really matters, but still. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Every now and then I'm going to come in and do a little bit of commentary, but to start off, I'll start off with this. Drawing faces has always been a struggle for me because I'm genuinely a person who has trouble looking people in the eye in general, or looking at their faces, I don't want to say when they're talking to me or when I'm talking to them, but honestly, I could catch myself in either way doing that because, I guess I just get intimidated a lot by people when I'm speaking to them, and it's just really hard for me to overpass that. Usually when I'm talking to people, I will talk around, I will look around or talk around, and it's just no, I gotta learn how to be better. And it definitely shows when it comes to my drawings. I always end up making something just slightly off center. It's funny enough, when I was in animation school and whenever we had a live model to draw, whenever I tried to draw their faces, every time I tried drawing their faces, it would always look so strange because the second they made eye contact with me, I would just look away and just focus on something else for the next 25 minutes because drawing faces was a struggle for me. So right now, funny enough, one of the main reasons why I started posting these is because, yes, I wanted to practice, but it actually started off with me recording myself drawing because I like to have that kind of reference to look back on. I'm one of those people that sometimes, I don't know, I'll just get a spark of inspiration, not know where it comes from, do something incredible, and then never be able to do it again because it's wait, what? How did I do that? What? So I started recording myself, and then I thought, I wonder what would happen if I posted these. And fast forward to where we are. And I'm very grateful for doing that because, who knows? Who knows where this could take me, and who knows who could be inspired or like seeing me draw. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for this platform that I've been able to do that on. A little more on drawing faces. When it comes to drawing the face, I always do a line of action because I think that's just the animator in me. Even though it's the center line that I really try to draw focus on, and just I'm the kind of person when it comes to drawings, I think this is kind of what everyone does. Like, I will lay out the basic structure and then pick a spot and then start drawing out from there. Sometimes I don't really go into full detail because like I do digital art, so I guess part of me kind of likes to work in layers. I'm not someone who's going to start drawing the eye and then start adding crazy amount of details to it, because one, I'm not confident in my skills when it comes to that, and two, that's just not how I work. I was obsessed with this reference image as soon as I saw it because, well, for one thing, if you saw one of my previous shorts, you would know that I kind of got burned by AI generated images. And honestly, a part of me is kind of scared that a lot of the faces I've been drawing are like AI generated photos. I don't think they are. I think I've gotten better at like spotting them, but honestly, it really irks me sometimes. So this time when I saw this image, I saw the lighting, I saw the grit, I saw the gouts, I saw the, sorry, not the not the gouts. That is not what I meant to say. I'm so sorry. But I saw like all the grains and stuff. I saw that smirk, the angle, I don't know, something about it just made me think, you know what? I don't think this is an AI generated photo. And this is kind of a good image. I'm also someone who really likes drawing faces that feel like they're in a moment of something. Like the moment before they smile, the moment before they laugh, the moment they like give a sarcastic quip. I just saw this guy and I was like, yeah, this guy is definitely gonna say something to irk me, but I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Do you, dude? Like, for real? Once the rubbing part is done, I genuinely love this section, this part of what I do, because it's just so much fun. I just love being able to like take off all of like the lines and stuff and then get into like the more detailed stuff. But sometimes that backfires on me because then I'll accidentally erase something that I actually needed, like a guideline, and I'm just like, ugh, not again. One other thing when it comes to my male drawings, I hate to say it, but I kind of make them look too feminine. Like most people, I started off art like looking at beautiful like depictions of women, and I don't know, funny enough, because when I was in high school, I was also scared to death of women. I was like so intimidated, and I don't know how I had half the female friends that I had because they were all so awesome and cool and smart and independent, and being in their presence was just so humbling, and I'm just like, ah. And then when I got older, that didn't get any better. It didn't get any better at all. And when it came to like drawing male faces, I don't know, part of me always just feels like I made them look way too feminine, like way too feminine. Even right now, as I'm doing the eyes, I'm just there like, nah, this boy is way too pretty. Why did I make him look way too pretty? But it's something I'm working on. Like when it comes to defining hard and soft features and how to differentiate them with men and women, that is something I am currently studying right now because it is definitely hard. And once I transition back into drawing like full like body sketches, I definitely want to be able to translate the stuff that I learned from studying it for the face to studying it for the body, because needless to say, I do need help in that regard. I'll talk more about it in my next video about drawing anatomy. Feel free to subscribe if you want. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll never do that again because that felt so weird. I'm never saying that again. Oh, God. Anyways, back to it. I don't know if it's me, but I don't know, if you guys are like me, you probably know this guy. His name is Sam Does Art. And a while ago, when I was studying like light and shadow, I just started like kind of blocking out all of like the main shadows that I wanted to do. But that wasn't until I got a comment from someone on my TikTok account saying that if you want to like make like shadows look better, like the defining between texture and like skin tone and highlight and stuff like that, it's better to start with like a neutral kind of base. which is what I like to do now. I like to like shade out the shadows beforehand and then just go in like get darker and darker and darker from there. Of course, sometimes I go overboard and go dark in one area and then I have to compensate everywhere else. But then again, those end up being like my favorite drawings in the end. I used to have this thing, I don't remember what it was called, but a part of me, I don't know how I ended up using it so much when I was younger, back in like art school, but like, it's this thing that you use to like smudge a pencil. I don't know what it's called, this pencil smudging thing. I don't have it with me. I'm not gonna be using it today, especially because like I'm trying to get out of the habit of smudging, because when I first started art, I had a bad habit of finger smudging and it's just looking back at it, I just can't. But I always thought about whether or not that would help me in terms of like this, because something I'm really trying to work on and find a way to like, in my own way, in my own style, to like break away from this, of like showing the difference between shadow and skin texture. Because there are some times, like you guys know, where there are just some parts of the face that are darker than others, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean like it's a shadow. It's just the way the skin looks. That is something that I'm really trying to like fix, because there was one idea that I had when it came to like skin texture. I would use dots, but when it came to shadow, I would use lines. But then that ended up being not so great. So I'm still trying to pivot. I'm still trying to work around something like that. Just finding different shading techniques to convey different things. Originally, I wanted this to be a fully uncut video, but truthfully, your girl has been struggling when it comes to art stuff. I think at some point I kind of hit a burnout and I just didn't feel like drawing for the last couple of days. I don't know what it was. I think that last image that I tried to draw, and it just kind of, with the whole AI thing, it just kind of felt really wrong to me. I'm not sure if that's the real reason. Maybe I just wanted to give myself an excuse to not draw for the next couple of days, but to be honest, it was weird, because this is something that I started doing when I was coming back from work after a long day. All I wanted to do was just sit down and draw, and it was honestly one of the best parts of my day. But now I'm on holiday. And you know when you're on holiday and you just don't really have anything else to do than to either enjoy yourself, or B, think about your life. Yeah, I was doing a lot of life thinking in the last few days. A lot of seeing my friends, obviously, and I'm very grateful for that. It's always so much fun to come back home. But it definitely feels like I'm a person who my mood definitely translates in my art. I'm trying to find a workaround that, or some way for that to work for me. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I just realized, so in the beginning, you guys saw me drawing in that little orange book. And to be honest, as much as that is a way for me to warm up, it is also a way for me to like make sure my arms are like, my arm is ready to draw. I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are some times when it just looks like my hand is kind of like one of those photos that like of a still hand that's just going, you know what I'm talking about, like the I don't know, like it's an old school thing that people used to do to make it seem like they were coloring. I don't know. But anyways, it's because I really, looking back at this, I'm especially proud of myself for this drawing. I really do try to draw with my whole arm, in the sense where I don't just draw with my fingers. I'm also a person who like gets a lot of finger cramps if I'm using my hands a little like wrong. It's the first sign that I get like a cramp anywhere in my arm. I'm just like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Type thing, you know? So there are times when I draw with the hinge of my elbow, When I shade with the hinge of my wrist, when I want to draw hard, I draw with my fingers. I press down hard with my fingers. And when I'm just trying to like get the general loose shapes, I try to draw with my elbow. No, not my elbow, my shoulder. So that is something that I'm proud that it's a practice that I'm trying to get more used to. And I think it is working in terms of my art style, because I love drawing loose and freely. I always kick myself when I see myself drawing all fidgety and small like. To be honest though, I can't help but feel like the fidgety and small drawing it can't be helped if I'm using a smaller piece of paper. My earlier sketches that I did, that I posted on Shorts, those were done in like a small A5 sketchbook, and I did love drawing in that one. And when I ran into the last page, I got so sad. But thankfully, the place that I work at, they were getting rid of a bunch of these old cardstock papers that they used to print exam booklets on, and I was like, hold up, can I have those? This is quality paper. And it is. I really do enjoy drawing on this. Except for that one time when I tried to draw on this with like markers. Ugh, that wasn't great. But surely I will prevail and find a way to work around that. You know, I didn't realize that I could yap for this long. But one more thing. Well, it's definitely not one more thing. Anyways, drawing the hair. It is so hard drawing dark hair. I'm not gonna lie, I need to find like a way around this. I've learned about the whole shape theory, about breaking down the hair in different shapes, finding the like, what do you call it? The center line, just the place that the hair grows from and flows from. I've gotten better at that. But when it comes to dark hair in a photo that you can't really see, it's like you really got to get creative with how the hair looks and how the hair is gonna flow. Unfortunately for me, I feel like I just made it look like this guy had like a lot of buns in his hair, or a lot of, I don't know, what do you guys call them? Like those little curls in his hair, or those big wavy curls in his hair. And regardless, a part of me was very stressed out because I didn't know how I was going to like make his hair look super dark on the one side. And yeah, I need a new pencil. It was fun, but I need a new pencil. And it looks like we're done. Oh, well, not really, but yes, we're done. Sorry, I'm also the type of person like, I'll think I'm done with something, then I'm not done with something, and then I go back and try and fix it. I love this drawing, and it definitely felt like a good place to come back to when it came to like my drawing and stuff, and like the whole burnout situation I was in. I definitely feel like I made his eyes too far apart because I got a little too obsessed with the whole shadow concept thing. But I really did enjoy doing this drawing, and it really felt like a good way to come out of this little funk I was in. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching. I'm gonna try posting more videos like this more often, hopefully weekly, hopefully bi-weekly. I'm definitely gonna try and get in the habit before I have to go back to my 9-to-5. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy and have a lovely day. Bye guys.